Imagine three kids who look exactly the same, think the same, move the same, lie the same, and imagine the day the school realized they couldn't tell which one of them committed the crime. And what they did next? That's the part nobody's supposed to know. Before we start, tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing how far these stories reach. All right, buckle up, because you will not guess what happens next. This is the story of the Dawson triplets, Hunter, Hayden, and Harper. Middle schoolers from Brookridge, Oregon. Honor roll students. Well-loved, well-behaved, picture perfect. But behind their identical smiles was a secret their school kept buried for nearly a decade, because exposing it meant exposing the school itself. And it all started with a crime that wasn't violent, but was so cleverly executed, police couldn't figure out who did it. The Dawsons lived in a quiet cul-de-sac where everybody waved, everybody recycled, and everybody knew the triplets. Hunter, the outgoing one. Hayden, the quiet thinker. Harper, the sweet, artistic one. But here's the twist that teachers whispered about at staff meetings. The triplets weren't just identical in looks. Their behavior was synchronized in a way that freaked some people out. A teacher drops a marker. All three triplets bend down at the exact same time. Same angle, same blink, same inhale. Creepy, maybe. But nobody expected actual trouble from them. Oh, but they should have. November 14th. A fire breaks out in the school science lab. Nothing major, no injuries. But the school discovers something far more disturbing than fire damage. A safe in the principal's office is found empty. That safe held $8,400 in fundraiser money, cash raised by parents for new school computers. And the only students with access to that hallway were the triplets. The triplets claimed they were in gym class during the fire. But footage showed, well, it showed one of them leaving class. Just one. Blurred. Hoodie up. This is where things get weird. Police tried interviewing them separately, but their answers? Identical. Word for word. Tone for tone. Like they rehearsed it, or shared a brain. Detectives couldn't determine which triplet was in the footage. The height matched all three. The shoes matched all three. Even fingerprints were a dead end. Identical twins share DNA that makes standard analysis nearly impossible. Police hit a wall. Parents panicked. And the school? Well, the school wanted this to disappear. A janitor steps forward with a strange claim. He said he saw the triplets talking to someone outside the school after the fire alarm. Someone in a gray hoodie. Who was it? Not a student. Not a teacher. Not a parent. Security footage of the side exit glitches a full 10 minutes of missing video. And right there, the school made its first cover-up move. They restored the video, but the 10 minutes stayed missing. Whoever was in that missing footage, the school didn't want anyone to know. Teachers mentioned the triplets had been spending unusual time in the library's forgotten corner, the one behind the archives where old, dusty projectors sit. They claimed they were working on a group project, except no teacher had assigned one. And the librarian said she kept hearing tapping, whispering, the sound of a mechanical pencil drilling into something wooden. So what were they building back there? A student finally snitches. They're making something for the talent show, he claims. But the school didn't have a talent show scheduled that semester. And what the staff found hidden behind the old file cabinet changed everything. And trust me, we're just warming up. When two teachers and the librarian pushed that heavy file cabinet aside, they weren't expecting to discover this. A small wooden box, carved crudely but intentionally. On top, burned into the wood, H+, H+, H, the triplets' initials. Hunter, Hayden. Inside the box? Not drugs, not stolen test papers. Something stranger. 3 identical handmade keys, each labeled with a number, 1, 2, and 3. It didn't make sense. No locks in the school matched these keys. No teachers recognized them. And the librarians swore the kids never brought anything in with them. But that wasn't even the weirdest part. Underneath the keys was a folded piece of notebook paper. A list. A list of student names. 27 names. Every one of them had something in common. They were all kids the triplets had been paired with on group projects. Kids who mysteriously failed those projects. Students complaining that the triplets made them do all the work, then blamed them. Quote, teachers confused about sudden 0 grades. Parents emailing the school demanding explanations. And next to each name on the triplets list, a small checkbox. Most were already checked. Whatever the Dawsons were planning, they were crossing students off a list. After the box was found, the school counselor, Mrs. Terrence, quietly asked to meet with the principal because she recognized that list. She pulls out her confidential counseling folder. Inside, records showing that all 27 kids had reported the triplets for strange behavior, but the reports never went anywhere. The principal always dismissed them. And that's when the staff realized something bigger was going on. Mrs. Terrence explains, the triplets spoke in an eerie, synchronized way. They finished each other's sentences word for word. They wrote identical journal entries. They had identical accidents at identical times. One line from the counselor's notes. It's like they decide things together, and whatever they decide, they stick to. But she also knew something the school didn't. Something she never put in the official reports. The triplets had asked her, nearly a year before the crime, if 3 people commit the same act, who gets blamed? Mrs. Terrence thought it was a hypothetical. Until now. The principal, Mr. Farnell, was sweating bullets. Because suddenly, everyone realized he wasn't shocked by any of this. A teacher calls him out. Why didn't you tell us the triplets were on behavioral watch? He snaps back defensively. Then something slips out. I didn't want another incident. Silence falls. Another incident? Turns out, the triplets had a history the principal hid. 3 years earlier at their previous school, the triplets had been caught, running an underground trading ring. Not drugs, not weapons, something much smarter. Homework answers, science fair cheat sheets, even forged hall passes, all run through coded notes. Only they understood. They were never punished because their parents threatened legal action. But the principal knew. And now, the teachers knew he covered it up. While teachers were arguing, Officer Ramos, the detective assigned to the fundraiser theft, found something that blew the case open. He discovered the origin of those wooden keys, a forgotten storage room behind the cafeteria, locked for years. No one used it, but someone had drilled 3 fresh holes in the metal lock plate, the same width as the keys the triplets made. He opens the room. Inside is a massive old steel locker, like something from the early 90s. The fundraiser money wasn't there, but something else was. Blueprints. Blueprints of the school's layout. Blueprints of the office. Blueprints of the science wing. And taped to the wall, a schedule of school fire drills for the last 5 years. All highlighted. All cross-referenced. These kids weren't improvising. They planned the perfect, non-violent crime, months in advance. A route drawn in bright red marker. A route that leads through the gym, a maintenance hallway, a staff-only stairwell, and finally, the principal's office. Except, here's the crazy part. That stairwell? It had been locked for years, but Ramos checks it anyway. And behind that locked stairwell door, they find scratch marks. Small ones, child height, as if someone had been practicing using a key on it. The triplets' keys. The triplets didn't just know the school layout. They knew it better than the teachers. Then Ramos spots something on the ground. A scrap of paper. It reads, in small, careful handwriting, "Checkmate." Detectives finally decided, if they can't tell the triplets apart, maybe their voices will slip. So Hunter, Hayden, and Harper are placed in 3 separate rooms. 3 cameras, 3 microphones, 3 detectives. Each triplet is asked the same questions. Same tone. Same order, same pacing. But something unexpected happens. Hunter answers a question, and in the room next door, at the same exact second, Hayden whispers the answer under his breath. And in the third room, Harper clicks her pen exactly on cue with Hunter's pauses. These kids were synchronized without even seeing each other. Detectives grow frustrated. One slams his pen down. Another raises her voice. But the triplets, perfectly calm, almost amused, until Detective Ramos tries something bold. He switches the order of his questions. Suddenly, Harper stutters. Hayden hesitates. Hunter looks genuinely confused. It was the first crack in their armor. But then, something even stranger happens. All three ask to take a break. At the exact same second, during their break, the triplets sit at 3 separate tables. They don't talk. They don't look at each other. But look closer. Their feet tap the same rhythm. Their breathing rises and falls together. Their eyes blink in a synchronized pattern. Then Harper drops his napkin. 3 seconds later, Hunter drops his. 2 seconds later, Hayden follows. Detectives weren't watching children. They were watching a coordinated unit. And then, Hayden glances directly at the camera, just briefly, like he knows someone is watching, and he smirks. But Hunter slips. A small notebook falls from his hoodie pocket. The cover is plain black, but the inside, it wasn't a diary. It was a set of instructions, written in tiny, neat handwriting. If alarm rings, follow Plan C. If door is locked, switch to Route 2. If questioned separately, maintain sync. If one fails, all fail. At the bottom of a page, this only works if we stay the same. Detective Ramos whispers, "What does the same even mean?" But the next pages make it worse. There's a diagram titled Operation Mirror, and beneath it, 3 stick figures, holding hands. While police are processing the notebook, the school's vice principal, Mrs. Ellings, rushes into the station. She demands to speak to the detectives. Her hands are shaking. She confesses something the principal didn't want anyone to know. The school had been experimenting with something called behavioral mirroring groups 8 years earlier, a controversial and illegal educational method. The Dawsons were part of it. It was supposed to help kids stay focused and improve teamwork. But with the triplets, it created something else. A psychological bond so strong, it blurred the line between identity and obedience. She explains, those boys didn't just get close. They became dependent on each other's responses. Their sense of right and wrong got synced. Detectives stare in disbelief. The school shut the program down, but the damage was done. And now, the principal was trying to bury it. Because if the triplets' crime got out, so would the experiment. Mrs. Ellings sighs. They aren't criminals. They're a glitch we created. At 11:42 p.m., while most of the police station was quiet, Detective Ramos kept staring at the triplets' notebook. Something about it bothered him. He flips back a page, then forward, then back again. Finally, he sees it. Each page ends with the same 3 tiny dots in the bottom right corner. Almost invisible, perfectly spaced, like a code. Ramos realizes the notebook wasn't written by one kid. It was written by 3, each dot representing one triplet's contribution. When he overlays the pages with tracing sheets, a faint pattern emerges. A map of the school's ventilation system. Ramos snaps the notebook shut. The triplets weren't planning one crime. They were planning multiple, each one hidden inside school events. Ramos grabs his coat, preparing to go back to the school with the new ventilation map. But when he gets to the parking lot, he stops. His partner's squad car is gone. He calls his partner, Officer Levy. No answer. He checks the building sign-out sheet. Officer Levy signed out at 9:13 p. to follow up on a lead at the school. Alone. Officer Levy wasn't supposed to go anywhere alone, especially not back to the school. Ramos radios dispatch. Static. He tries again. Nothing. Then his phone buzzes. A text. From an unknown number. It's a photo. A blurry image of Officer Levy's flashlight lying on the wet school pavement. Caption: turn back. Back inside the station, the triplets request another interview. Not separately. Together. Detectives reluctantly agree. The triplets sit side by side. Same posture. Same hands folded. Same expression. But this time, something is different. Harper looks nervous. Hayden keeps rubbing the back of his neck. Hunter stares into the camera like he knows who's watching. Detective Ramos enters the room. Before he can sit down, Hunter: we didn't take the money. Hayden: we didn't start the fire. Harper: we didn't hurt anyone. Ramos narrows his eyes. Then who did? The triplets exchange a look so quick it's almost invisible. Hunter answers: we tried to stop him. Ramos freezes. Him who? Hayden's voice drops. The other one. Detectives lean forward. What do you mean, the other one? Hunter taps his fingers anxiously. Harper's eyes well up. Hayden whispers, he's not our brother, but he wants to be. Ramos tries to steady his voice. Who is he? Hunter takes a shaky breath. He's the reason the camera footage glitched. Harper adds, he's the one who stole the money. Hayden finishes, and he's the one who made the list. Ramos spreads the notebook pages out. If this wasn't you three, then who wrote this? Hunter slowly raises his hand, points to the map in the notebook, to a small scribbled initial in the corner of the ventilation sketch. Not H, but a new letter. E. Ramos frowns. Who's E? The triplets exchange that unnerving synchronized glance again. Then Hayden whispers something that sends a chill down Ramos's spine. He lives in the vents. Detectives finally recovered Officer Levy's body cam footage. But it didn't show his face. Only what he saw. The recording starts with Levy entering the school after hours. Rain dripping off his jacket. His breathing slow but cautious. He mutters, Ramos, you're not gonna believe this. He walks down the hallway toward the cafeteria. The camera flickers. A squeak echoes overhead. Levy points the flashlight upward. The ceiling vent grill is half open. Then, a sound. Not footsteps. Not breathing. Scraping. Metal on metal. Levy whispers, is someone up there? A tiny voice responds. Not a whisper. A giggle. Childlike. But wrong. Stretched. Echoed. Like two voices speaking at once. The vent slams shut. The camera cuts to black. And the final thing recorded is Levy whispering, E, I know you're there. Back at the station, Ramos stares at the triplets. You said E lives in the vents. Explain. Hunter looks straight ahead. We didn't know his name. We only knew his initial. Harper swallows. He always stayed above us, copying us, listening. Hayden adds, he wants to be the fourth Dawson. Ramos frowns. So he follows you? Watches you? Hunter shakes his head. No, he's studying us. Detectives exchange uneasy looks. Ramos pulls out the blueprint with the ventilation map. Hunter leans forward. That's his home. He made tunnels inside the walls. He comes out when people leave. Harper nods. He told us he could help with the fundraiser. He knew all the blind spots. Hayden finishes. But then, he took the money for himself. Detectives and officers arrive at the school with SWAT backup. They follow the ventilation system outlined in the triplets' notebook. The school is dark, silent. Every footstep echoes. At the end of a long science hallway, behind a wall panel, they find it. A hidden maintenance room the school never logged. Inside, blankets, a pile of worksheets, old school uniforms, stolen key cards, water bottles, a stack of unopened cafeteria food, and a shelf of handwritten notebooks. Ramos picks one up. The first line, I am like them. Another notebook, they don't know I exist. Another, When they speak, I learn. But the worst one, the one that stops Ramos cold. Plan to replace one. As officers sweep the room, a sound echoes. Clink, like a coin hitting metal. Ramos spins around. Everyone stop talking. Silence. Then, tap, tap, tap. The sound comes from inside the ventilation shaft, directly above them. Slight breathing. Ramos shines his flashlight upward. For a split second, a face appears behind the vent slats. A boy's face. Pale, wide-eyed, expressionless. Not one of the triplets, but almost similar, as if he'd practiced copying their expressions. His lips move, but only one word comes out. Hunter. Then he disappears deeper into the darkness. The vent rattles violently. Officers scramble. Ramos shouts, "Seal the exits." He's still in the building. Cameras shake. Radios crackle. Boots stomp through the hallways. But the vents are a maze. And E knows them better than anyone. The search for E wasn't a manhunt. It was a maze hunt. Because E didn't run through the school. He ran above it. Officers sweep hallways while technicians monitor the building's thermal sensors. Ramos commands, "Focus on the vents and crawl spaces." E has the home advantage. A tech calls out. Movement detected in the West Wing ceiling, fast, small, and erratic. Ramos. That's him. SWAT races toward the gymnasium. Weapons lowered but ready. Then suddenly, boom. A vent panel falls from the ceiling, crashing against the gym floor. Officers aim upward, but there's nothing. Just empty metal tunnels. And the faint sound of laughter echoing inside them. A child's laugh. High-pitched, mocking. While officers pursue the noise, Ramos checks the fallen vent panel. Something is taped to it. A yellow sticky note. In shaky handwriting, "You're too slow." Then he finds a folded sheet of paper tucked behind the metal. A blueprint, but not of the school. Of the principal's office. With one area circled in red ink. The safe. Oh no. He's going after the money again. Except, that safe was emptied earlier. So what was he after now? SWAT bursts in. Lights sweep across the office. Papers everywhere. Drawers open. The principal's desk pushed aside. Then someone gasps. Behind the desk, a small metal grate sits on the floor. The screws freshly removed. Ramos kneels and shines his flashlight inside. In the narrow crawl space are dozens of stolen items. USB drives, teacher keycards, staff ID badges, parents' checkbooks, old phones, graded assignments, a half-eaten granola bar, and a stack of envelopes marked confidential. Ramos opens the top envelope. Inside is the truth. Documents revealing the school district's old behavioral mirroring program, the list of children recruited, reports of 2 students who did not adjust, files that were supposed to be destroyed, and 1 page clipped to the front. Student E status, unaccounted for. Ramos swallows hard. E wasn't a random kid. He was an experimented-on child who disappeared. As Ramos reads through the documents, 1 paragraph stops him cold. Subject E displays extreme mimicry, attachment issues, and identity dissociation. Subject chooses a peer group and attempts to merge into that group's identity. Another line. Severe risk. Subject may imitate, stalk, or attempt to replace chosen peers. Ramos whispers, he wasn't after the triplets. He was trying to become them. Just then, a voice echoes through the office vent. Soft, childlike, but steady. Why did they get a family, and not me? Officers spin around. Flashlights point upward. A small shadow crawls across the vent opening. Fast. Spider-like. Ramos shouts, E, stop right there. The shadow pauses. Then 2 pale eyes appear between the slats. E whispers, they won't miss one. Then he scrambles away into the darkness. Ramos's radio crackles. "Detective, we've got movement in the East Wing." The triplets' holding room. Ramos freezes. It hits him. E wasn't trying to escape. He was going toward the triplets. To choose one. To replace one. To become one. They always say the truth comes out. But sometimes the truth doesn't scream. It whispers. It taps. It scratches. Until someone finally listens. And for the first time since this nightmare began, Detective Ramos finally hears it. Alarms are blaring. Faculty huddled behind locked doors. SWAT teams sweeping halls. The triplets' mother screaming their names. But Ramos doesn't run with the teams. He goes the opposite direction. Toward the old storage wing, the school accidentally forgot to list on the building plans. He stops at a metal door with peeling blue paint. A plaque above it reads, "Archive, authorized staff only." The lock? Brand new. Too new. You've been hiding something. He bangs the door with his flashlight. Dust pours from the frame. Inside, a muffled thump. Ramos freezes. Another thump. Fast, desperate. That's a kid. He shoulders the door. It snaps open. Inside, rows of dusty filing boxes. Old trophies. Yellowed student ID photos. But that's not what stops Ramos. What stops him is the small figure curled in the corner. A little boy. Shaking. Dirty. Barefoot. Eyes wide like he hasn't seen daylight in weeks. The missing student. The one the school said never attended. The one the triplets were seen talking to. His voice cracks. They said, "If I talked, they'd send me back down here. The fonder, they'd send me back down here." Ramos kneels. "Send you back? Who?" The boy points a trembling finger toward the ceiling. Not at the vents. At the school office. The principal. Back upstairs, chaos is exploding. Teachers shouting. The principal turning red, yelling at officers. "There is no unauthorized area in my school. Your officers are confused." But Ramos doesn't look at him. His eyes are locked on the triplets. Hunter, Hayden, Harper, now standing together, silent, like three statues waiting for judgment. You knew. All this time, you knew that kid was trapped down there. Their mother gasps. Teachers whisper. The principal steps back. The triplets don't move. Then Hunter speaks. "We didn't trap him. We tried to free him." Hayden finishes the sentence. But adults don't listen to kids. Harper's voice cracks. "So, we made them listen." The boy in the basement wasn't random. He wasn't wandering. He wasn't a false report. He was part of a school-run gifted program that was shut down after complaints of neglect and mistreatment. But instead of dealing with the backlash, the school simply buried it. Literally. The wing used for the program was sealed. The kids were dismissed, quietly. But one kid, one didn't leave. A clerical error. A forgotten name. A child who didn't know how to advocate for himself. The principal did everything to protect the school's reputation. Every teacher who tried to speak up was let go. The triplets discovered the boy by accident. He tapped messages through an air duct during detention. 3 kids with identical voices and identical minds decided, if adults won't tell the truth, we will. So they staged everything. The coded notebook, the synchronized answers, the vent diversion, the crawlspace chase, the eerie, perfect coordination, not as a prank or a crime, but as a rescue mission, because they knew the school would never listen until the situation became too big to hide. When confronted, the principal snaps. They were troublemakers, all 4 of them. Do you know what happens if the district finds out we lost a student for months? Ramos steps forward. They find out the truth. The principal lunges toward the exit, but SWAT blocks him. As he's handcuffed, he snarls, "You let children manipulate you. All of you. Those triplets are dangerous." Ramos turns to the boys. "No, They're smart, and they're brave. And tonight, they did what you couldn't. News vans flood the campus. Parents crying, teachers relieved. The missing boy wrapped in blankets, holding hot chocolate, whispering, "They came back for me, every day." The triplets' mother hugs them, sobbing. "You should have told me." Hunter replies softly, "You didn't believe us." About the bullying. "We didn't think you'd believe this." She breaks down. Weeks later, Ramos receives a brown envelope in his office. No return address. Inside, a notebook. The same 3 dots on each page. A message handwritten in perfect triplet unison handwriting. "There are more secrets in Havenbrook. We're just getting started." Ramos looks up, exhausted. The case is closed. But with those 3, nothing is ever really closed. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you. Because stories like this, they remind us that sometimes kids see the truth long before adults ever do. Before you go, tell me in the comments, did the triplets do the right thing? Or did they cross the line?